Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time you watch this video. Tonight, we're going to get right into the heart of the subject matter, Britney Spears. This video is shocking. This is going to be turned into, I'm predicting it now, a national movie. They're going to make this a movie because this is going to be like a Tina Turner story. It is unbelievable, the new form of slavery that we see that has emerged that probably has always been. Flagship, I know you're going to be shocked because I'm going to shock. So we're going to get right into the video and we're going to, we got to listen. We're going to listen to what is going on with Britney Spears and her asking for her rights because her father and the people who have been controlling her money have used her money against her in a form of human slavery. And we would think human slavery for white women doesn't exist anymore, or never really existed. But this is a form of entertainment white slavery. That's the way I say it because how they slaved and used her. Let me get on and start.
Now, Shirley, mind you, before we became live, I told you that I don't believe it. I think that she's crazy. I think that her father is helping her. So Shirley listened to the video already. I have not. I don't believe she's enslaved, but we're gonna listen to the video and let me see if my opinion can change.
Okay. Let's go ahead and let me find that shared video and cut to the chase, honey, because this is real. Let's get through the skip ad. Hold on one second. Ooh. Don't want YouTube to get me on this one. I can't stop it. Okay, hold on. I apologize. Technical difficulties, people. Stupid ass commercials. Hold on a second. Okay, we're going to skip this ad. Let's get to it. This is courtesy of a Celebrity Spill.
I don't think I was heard on any level when I came to court the last time. I brought 4 sheets of paper in my hands and wrote in length what I had been through the last 4 months before I came there. The people who did that to me should not be able to walk away so easily. I'll recap. I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney.
Ms. Spears, I hate to interrupt you, but my court reporter is taking down what you're saying.
Okay.
And so you have to speak a little more slowly.
Oh, of course, yes. Okay, I apologize. Great.
Everything you're saying.
Okay.
Sure. Now,
the people who did this to me should not get away and be able to walk away so easily. Recap. I was on tour in 2018. I was forced to do. My management said if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney, and by contract, my own management could sue me if I didn't follow through with the tour. He handed me a sheet of paper as I got off the stage in Vegas and said I had to sign it. It was very threatening and scary, and with the conservatorship, I couldn't even get my own attorney. So out of fear, I went ahead and I did the tour. When I came off that tour, a new show in Las Vegas was supposed to take place. I started rehearsing early, but it was hard because I'd been doing Vegas for 4 years and I needed a break in between. But no, I was told this is the timeline and this is how it's going to go. I rehearsed 4 to 4 days a week, half of the time in the studio and half of the other time in a Westlake studio. I was basically directing most of the show with my whereabouts, where I preferred to rehearse and actually did most of the choreography, meaning I taught my dancers my new choreography myself. I take everything I do very seriously. There's tons of video with me at rehearsals. I wasn't good. I was great. I led a room of 16 new dancers in rehearsals. It's funny to hear my manager's side of the story. They all said I wasn't participating in rehearsals and I never agreed to take my medication, which my medication is only taken in the mornings, never at rehearsal. They don't even see me. So why are they even claiming that? When I said no to one dance move into rehearsals, it was as if I planted a huge bomb somewhere. And I said, no, I don't want to do it this way. After that, my management and my dancers and my assistant of the new people that were supposed to do the new show all went into a room, shut the door, and didn't come out for at least 45 minutes. Ma'am, I'm not here to be anyone's slave. I can say no to a dance move. I was told by my, at the time, therapist, Dr. Benson, who died, that my manager called him in that moment and told him I wasn't cooperating or following the guidelines in rehearsals. And he also said I wasn't taking my medication, which is so dumb because I've had the same lady every morning for the past 8 years give me my same medication, and I'm nowhere near these stupid people. It made no sense at all. There was a week period where they were nice to me and they said,
In the next 60 seconds, I'm going to show you how to naturally control blood sugar and naturally increase insulin sensitivity.
Said, I don't want to do, and I told them I don't want to do the, they were nice to me. They said, if I don't want to do the New Vegas show, I don't have to, because I was getting really nervous. I said, I can wait. It was like, they told me I could wait. It was like lifting literally 200 pounds off of me when they said I don't have to do in the show anymore, because I was really, really hard on myself and it was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. So I remember telling my assistant, but you know what? I feel weird if I say no. I feel like they're going to come back and be mean to me or punish me or something. 3 days later, after I said no to Vegas, my therapist sat me down in a room and said he had a million phone calls about how I was not cooperating in rehearsals and I haven't been taking my medication. All of this was a false. He immediately the next day put me on lithium out of nowhere. He took me off my normal meds I'd been on for 5 years. And lithium is a very, very strong and completely different medication compared to what I was used to. You can go mentally impaired if you take too much, if you stay on it longer than 5 months. But he put me on that and I felt drunk. I really couldn't even take up for myself. I couldn't even have a conversation with my mom or dad really about anything. I told them I was scared and my doctor had me on 6 different nurses with this new medication come to my home, stay with me, to monitor me on this new medication, which I never wanted to be on to begin with. There were 6 different nurses in my homes and they wouldn't let me get in my car to go anywhere for a month. Not only did my family not do a goddamn thing, my dad was all for it. Anything that happened to me had to be approved by my dad. And my dad he acted like he didn't know that I was told I had to be tested over the Christmas holidays before they sent me away when my kids went home to Louisiana. He was the one who approved all of it. My whole family did nothing. Over the 2-week holiday, a lady came into my home for 4 hours a day, sat me down and did a psych test on me. It took forever. But I was told I had to then, after that I got off, I was told I had to then, after I got a phone call from my dad saying, after I did the psych test with this lady, basically saying I had failed the test or whatever. I'm sorry, Britney, you have to listen to your doctors. They are planning to send you to a small home in Beverly Hills to do a small rehab program that we're going to make up for you. You're going to pay $60,000 a month for this. I cried on the phone for an hour and he loved every minute of it. The control he had over someone as powerful as me, as he loved the control to hurt his own daughter 100,000%. He loved it. I packed my bags and went to that place. I worked 7 days a week, no days off, which in California, the only similar thing to this is called sex trafficking, making anyone work against their will, taking all their possessions away, credit card, cash, phone, passport card, and placing them in a home where they work with the people who live with them. They all lived in the house with me, the nurses, the 24/7 security. There was one chef that came there and cooked for me daily during the weekdays. They watched me changed every day, naked, morning, noon, and night. My body, I had no privacy door for my room. I gave 8 gallons of blood a week. If I didn't do any of my meetings and work from 8 to 6 at night, which is 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, no days off, I wouldn't be able to see my kids or my boyfriend. I never had a say in my schedule. They always told me I had to do this. And ma'am, I will tell you, sitting in a chair 10 hours. Wait, before you scroll away, you need to hear this.
Hold on.
Republicans across the country are moving hours a day, 7 days a week. It ain't fun. And especially when you can't walk out the front door. And that's why I'm telling you this again 2 years later. After I've lied and told the whole world I'm okay and I'm happy, it's a lie. I thought I said that enough. Maybe I might become happy because I've been in denial. I've been in shock. I am traumatized. Fake it till you make it. But now I'm telling you the truth, okay? I'm not happy. I can't sleep. I'm so angry, it's insane, and I'm depressed. I cry every day, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I don't think how the state of California can have all this written in the court documents from the time I showed up and do absolutely nothing, just hire with my money another person to keep my dad on board. Ma'am, my dad and anyone involved in this conservatorship and my management who played a huge role in punishing me when I said, no, ma'am, they should be in jail. Their cool tactics working for Miley Cyrus as she smokes on joints and stage at the VMAs. Nothing is ever done to this generation for doing wrong things. But my precious body, who's worked for my dad for the past fucking 13 years, trying to be so good and pretty, so perfect when he works me so hard, when I do everything I'm told in the state of California, allowed my ignorant father to take his own daughter, who only has a role with me if I work with him. They set back the whole course and allowed him to do that to me. That's given these people I've worked for way too much control. They also threatened me and said, if I don't go, then I have to go to court. And it will be more embarrassing me if the judge publicly makes you go the evidence we have. You have to go. I was advised for my image, I need to go ahead and just go and get it over with. They said that to me. I don't even drink alcohol. I should drink alcohol, considering what they put my heart through. Also, the Bridges facility they sent me to, none of the kids, I was doing this program for 4 months. So the last 2 months I went to a Bridges facility. None of the kids there did the program. They never showed up for any of them. You didn't have to do anything if you didn't want to. How come they always made me go? How come I was always threatened by my dad and anybody that participated in this conservatorship? If I don't do this, what they tell me to enslave me to do, they're going to punish me. The last time I spoke to you by just keeping the conservatorship going and also keeping my dad in the loop made me feel like I was dead. Like I didn't matter. Like nothing had been done to me. Like you thought I was lying or something. I'm telling you again, because I'm not lying. I want to feel heard. And I'm telling you this again, so maybe you can understand the depth and the degree and the damage that they did to me back then. I want changes, and I want changes going forward. I deserve changes. I was told I have to sit down and be evaluated again if I want to end the conservatorship. Ma'am, I didn't know I could petition the conservatorship to end it. I'm sorry for my ignorance, but I honestly didn't know that. But honestly, I don't think I owe anyone to be evaluated. I've done more than enough. I don't feel like I should even be in a room with anyone to offend me by trying to question my capacity of intelligence, whether I need to be in this stupid conservatorship or not. I've done more than enough. I don't owe these people anything, especially me, the one that has roofed and fed tons of people on tour on the road. It's embarrassing and demoralizing what I've been through. And that's the main reason. I've never said it openly. And mainly I didn't want to say it openly because I honestly didn't think anyone would believe me. To be honest with you, the Paris Hilton story on what they did to her to that school, I didn't believe any of it. I'm sorry. I'm an outsider, and I'll just be honest. I didn't believe it. And maybe I'm wrong. And that's why I didn't want to say any of this to anyone.
People ask me every day, what do I do to look the way that I do?
Anybody to the public, because I thought people would make fun of me or laugh at me and say, she's lying. She's got everything. She's Britney Spears. I'm not lying. I just want my life back. And it's been 13 years and it's enough. It's been a long time since I've owned my money, and it's my wish and my dream for all of this to end without being tested. Again, it makes no sense whatsoever for the state of California to sit back and literally watch me with their own 2 eyes make a living for so many people and pay so many people trucks and buses on tour on the road with me and be told I'm not good enough. But I'm great at what I do. And I allow these people to control what I do, ma'am, and it's enough. It makes no sense at all. Now, going forward, I'm not willing to meet or see anyone I've met with enough people against my will. I'm done. All I want is to own my money for this to end and my boyfriend to drive me in his fucking car. And I would honestly like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world and what they did to me instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them. I want to be able to be heard on what they did to me by making me keep this in for so long is not good for my heart. I've been so angry and I cry every day. It concerns me. I'm told I'm not allowed to expose the people who did this to me. For my sanity, I need you to the judge to approve me, do an interview where I can be heard on what they did to me. And actually, I have the right to use my voice and take up for myself. My attorney says I can't, it's not good. I can't let the public know anything they did to me. And by not saying anything is saying it's okay. I don't know.
So you could do a pause?
Okay, actually, I don't want to interview.
Yes, go ahead. What you saying? Flagship.
You hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, that right there is a whole show. Just that piece up into this point.
Right.
That's a whole show.
Right,
we didn't even finish the show yet.
No, we haven't.
Wow.
Because look, we're all still in a state of shock. Like, what?
When she said they put her on lithium, that's when the thing got real serious. That's when I'm like, oh snap, it's real.
Like, we gonna keep your ass under control. You think You gonna get off of this. You think you getting away, and we're gonna make you seem like you crazy.
Well, that's what they're doing. Now the thing is like not only it's like it's booby trapped and sabotage. That's what's happening because they have all these. Because now what's going to happen is it's going to look like, okay, so are you going to take the word of this deranged singer who got turned out, or are you going to believe us of these upstanding medical community with all these registered nursing licenses, psychiatric licenses, medical licenses, and things of that nature? Is it going to be her, or is it going to be us? That's what they're setting up. And the fact that her father is in charge of the conservatorship and he's loving it, and the fact that we don't know his side of the story, but my thing is the fact that she thinks he loves it goes to the complete destruction of their relationship. It's not even at this point, it doesn't even matter if it's true or not. The fact that she believes it as a child, like my parents, I know they got my back 1,000,000,000,000%. Even if they have a bullet to their head, they will always have my back. The fact that she believes this, that's the big problem.
Well, another problem too is the fact that her father's using her as well as the medical community and the state of California. I found that interesting that she kept reverting back to the state of California. Now, for those who just chimed in, I know we normally don't talk about gossip or Britney Spears, but this story is really thought-provoking and shocking for us because Britney Spears is a superstar. For those who may know and may not know her, and you've been off the planet, this girl really, really took that industry that girly girl industry, that kind of industry you see where these people took it to a whole nother level. That little charm, kind of sex charm, that little girl who was in school, but she's young, she'll play with you. That was Britney Spears. Fast forward, we all knew she had mental issues, but to this degree of abuse, how long has her father been abusing her? That's my question, because this is a form of mental abuse.
Well, we have to take it back too, because we have to remember why and how this conservatorship happened. Now, remember back in the early TMZ days, like TMZ started in April of 2007, and Paris Hilton was the superstar. Britney Spears was a superstar. Remember when Britney was doing all those? She was getting paid $855,000 approximately a week.
Right.
She was getting paid like I can't even imagine that much money. That is so much damn money. $855,000 a week, not a month, not a year, a week. And she was having that. She had that paparazzi boyfriend who was using her, taking her to all these like Walgreens and CVS's and getting pictures with pregnancy tests. And then the thing was, is Britney pregnant? And then she was messing around with a backup dancer and got pregnant with Kevin Federline, had 2 kids with him. And then she got married. Well, no, first she got married, then she got divorced the next day, got it annulled. Then she met Kevin Federline, had kids, married him, divorced him. She cut her hair off. She was doing all these different things, but that's like, because she was never a kid. So she was doing kid. She didn't have those, those kid years where you do kind of reckless stuff, but within the context of being, taken care of by your parents. So when she finally had all this money, she was finally reliving her childhood youth and doing all the reckless stuff that kids would do in high school under the confines of, your friends' parents, school officials. You're somewhat protected. But when you are Britney Spears, you got like $855,000 in the bank every week. Oh, I'm good. I can splurge on all my friends and family, go on a trip to Tahiti for 1 week because I'm getting paid $855,000 on the 7th, 14th, 21st. You know what I'm saying?
Well, at one point they said that she was making $50 billion a year. And I was like, wow, she was like the top maker. But this is a form of a machine that they knew she's the driving force. She's the engine to the machine. And then they use this girl. But where are the Me Too moments? Where are the women behind the scene seeing this girl not being taken care of in a way of humanity? She was treated unhumane. She was treated unhumane. And I say that because this should be a topic that women in this pro era of empowerment of women should be talking about, because they look at her as one of their empowered persons. But the fuggy part, that's why she's asking the court, will I be able to really tell my story? Because the state of California, she keeps saying that, they have allowed these people through law to abuse me, and then they are getting paid. But she's kind of, to me, I think, saying it a different way. AKA, let's look at Kobe Bryant's story. If you look at Kobe Bryant, a lot of the people who were head of his estate are legislators. Eric Garcetti is part of Kobe Bryant's estate. And, you know, and I'm like, this is interesting. Look, there's a story about how the legislators are involved in with the Bryants. And she has to work with them in managing and keeping his image alive, a part of California. So there's these entertainers who have money and power and history that have to kind of work with these politicians. There's a lot of darkness that she's saying in this that people don't realize. So I don't know who might come to shut her down. I know that the parents and the people are going to always keep fighting against her to take her rights away. But I also think that there's people other behind the scenes, the state of California, who are keeping their eyes on this video. We got like 10 more minutes. Let's do 5 and break again.
Okay.
I'd rather just have an open call to you for the press to hear, which I didn't know today we're doing. So thank you. Instead of having an interview, honestly, I need that to get it off my heart, the anger and all of it that's been happening. It's not fair they're telling me lies about me openly. Even my family, they do interviews to anyone they want on news stations, my own family doing interviews and talking about the situation and making me feel so stupid. And I can't say one thing. And my own people say I can't say anything. It's been 2 years. I want a recorded call to you. Actually, we're doing this now, which I didn't know that we were doing this. To the public, who knows what they did to me. I told I know my lawyer, Sam, has been very scared for me to go forward because he's saying if I speak up, I'm being overworked in that facility of that rehab place. The rehab place will sue me. He told me I should keep it to myself, really. I would personally like to. Actually, I know I've had grown with a personal relationship with Sam, my lawyer. I've been talking to him like 3 times a week now. We've kind of built a relationship, but I haven't really had the opportunity by my own self to actually handpick my own lawyer by myself. And I would like to be able to do that. I would like to also, the main reason why I'm here is because I want to end the conservatorship without having to be evaluated. I've done a lot of research, ma'am, and there's a lot of judges who do end conservatorships for people without them having to be evaluated all the time. The only times they don't is if a concerned family member says something's wrong with this person and otherwise. And considering my family has lived off my conservatorship for 13 years, I won't be surprised if one of them has something to say and go forward and say, we don't think this should end. We have to help her, especially if I get my fair served in turning, exposing what they did to me. Also, I want to speak to you about, at the moment, my obligations, which I personally don't think at the very moment I owe anybody anything. I have 3 meetings a week I have to attend no matter what. I just don't like feeling like I work for the people whom I pay. I don't like being told I have to no matter what, even if I'm sick. Jody, the conservator, says I have to see my coach Ken even when I'm sick. I would like to do 1 meeting a week with a therapist. I've never, even before they sent me to that place, had 2 therapy sessions. A therapy session and 1 therapy session with I have a doctor and then a therapy person. What I've been forced to do illegal in my life, I shouldn't be told I have to be available 3 times a week to these people I don't know. I'm talking to you today because I feel, again, yes, even Jody is starting to kind of take it too far with me. They have me going to therapy twice a week and a psychiatrist. I've never in the past they had me going, twice a week. And
in the next 60 seconds, I'm going to show you how to naturally control blood sugar and naturally.
Wow. Well, Shirley, really quickly, can I just give the audience a little background on lithium real quick?
Go for it.
Okay, so lithium is, hold on, here it is. So this is according to WebMD. So lithium is used for mental illness, bipolar disorder, depression, and schizophrenia. And so the side effects of, let me see. Yeah, so mainly, so in her case, it's looking at the records here. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder after all the stuff that was happening in 2007 to 2010. So she was diagnosed with extreme bipolar disorder, and so they put her on different bipolar medicines. I guess they upgraded her to lithium, which is a very powerful medicine. I mean, powerful, very powerful medicine. Now the side effects of this. Remember, she was saying she was feeling like she was drunk. She was tired, but the side effects is nausea, diarrhea, but also here it is, dazed feeling. She was feeling drunk, feeling tired, fatigue. And remember, she was being told that she has to do all these shows and all these Vegas shows. Now they put her on lithium And then they were telling her, well, if you don't want to do the show, you don't have to. She was like, good, I don't want to do it, because it was the lithium taking a toll on her, because she wanted to go to sleep. She was tired and feeling like she was drunk. But then they did a flippity flip flop flop and said, no, you got to do the show. But the thing is, lithium's going to keep you fatigued, tired, and dazed feeling. And also and when you're also having that feeling, it also increases your heart rate. It also changes your heart rhythm. So if your heart rhythm is going up and down, and meanwhile your body is like, dude, we need to go to sleep. We need to sleep now. We're dazed, we're drunk. You will just pass the hell out, and you can have cardiac arrest and die. Period.
Yeah, but they know all this, and the doctors knew all this, but they get to the point that how many stories have we heard about where these people eventually die of drugs? Michael Jackson had to self and dose himself to go to sleep every night. I never heard.
But here's the kicker. Though.
Like that way.
Remember, she said that she had to sign documents, and she was just signing them, and because she had to get a lawyer, she couldn't get a lawyer to go over the documents because her dad had to approve the money. Did you remember that when she said that?
Oh wow, yeah.
Yes, that was said in the beginning. So what? So now you juxtapose that with, why is she being forced to do all these obligations? Because she was signing up for all these obligations, and she didn't know about it.
Right.
And so technically, if she doesn't do it, they can sue her. And even if she walks away from the conservatorship, they will still have leverage on her money. They set her up. Yeah. Wow.
Wow. That's deep. That's deep. That's really deep. I mean, you said it right on the money. This is a situation where they've got to keep talking about it. I hope that they do, because this is mental abuse, financial abuse. This is a form of slavery. And then they take advantage of her in a way that, to the point that she's humiliated, to the point and mentally incapacitated to take advantage herself, but make her liable, because that's what you're saying there. This is all liability. Who is liable for all of this? Me. All of this. It
all goes together. Wow.
And the father doesn't care, because something psychologically, he's a control freak. And her family, no one's fighting for her. This girl's got a lot of strength. This is a strong woman to be able to break free from all of that and to convey and share her points in a manner that is strong and forthright. Shout out to Britney Spears.
But here's the thing. So what she doesn't understand, that I understand, is that even if she breaks free of the conservatorship, there's going to need to be, I would have to say, legal reparations involved. Because here's the thing. Remember, she's going to have to go to court and argue that she was not mentally capable of signing those documents because of the fact that she needed to get a lawyer and her father wouldn't approve it. She's going to have to prove that.
Wait a minute.
She ain't got no documents.
But she talks about that towards the end. So let's let
it. Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
We got less than about 10 minutes to go. Hold on.
I've never in the past had to see a therapist more than once a week. It takes too much out of me going to this man I don't know. Number one, I'm scared of people. I don't trust people with what I've been through. And the clever setup of being in Westlake, one of the most exposed places in Westlake, which yesterday, paparazzi showed me coming out of the place, literally crying in therapy. It's embarrassing and it's demoralizing. I deserve privacy when I go. I deserve privacy when I go and have therapy, either at my home, like I've done for 8 years. They've always come to my home. Or when the Dr. Benson, the man that died, I went to a place similar to what I went to in Westlake, which was very exposed and really bad. Okay, so wait, where was I? In Westlake, it was identical to Dr. Benson, who died, the one who illegally, 100% abused me by the treatment he gave me too. And to be totally honest with you, I was so...
Excuse me for interrupting you. But my reporter says if you could just slow down a little bit, because she's trying to make sure she gets everything that you're saying.
Okay, cool. I have been through, and the clever setup in Westlake is identical to Dr. Benson, who died, the one who illegally, 100% abused me by the treatment he gave me. And to be totally honest with you, when he passed away, I got on my knees and thanked God. In other words, my team is pushing it with me again. I have trapped phobias, being in small rooms.
Wow, she thanked God her therapist died. Whoa.
Send me, I'm going fast, to that small room like that twice a week with another new therapist I pay that I never even approved. I don't like it. I don't want to do that. and I haven't done anything wrong to deserve this treatment. It's not okay to force me to do anything I don't want to do. By law, Jody and this so-called team should I should be able to sue them for threatening me and saying, if I don't go and do these meetings twice a week, we can't let you have your money and go to Maui on your vacations. You have to do what you're told for this program, and then you will be able to go. But it was very clever. They picked one of the most exposed places in Westlake, knowing I have the hot topic of the conservatorship, that over 5 paparazzis are going to show up and get me crying coming out of that place. I begged them to make sure that they did this at my home so I would have privacy. I deserve privacy. The whole conservatorship from the beginning, once the conservatorship from the beginning, once you see someone, whoever it is in the conservatorship, making them money and myself money and working, that whole statement right there, the conservatorship should end. There should be I shouldn't be in a conservatorship if I can work and provide money and work for myself and pay other people. It makes no sense. The laws need to change. What state allows people to own another person's money and account and threaten them and saying, you can't spend your money unless you do what we want you to do, and I'm paying them? Ma'am, I've worked since I was 17 years old. You have to understand how thin that is for me. Every morning I get up to know I can't go on somewhere unless I meet people I don't know every week in an office identical to the one where the therapist was very abusive to me. I truly believe this conservatorship is abusive. And now we can sit here all day and say, oh, conservatorships are here to help people. But ma'am, there's 1,000 conservatorships that are abusive as well. I don't feel like I can live a full life. I don't owe them to go see a man I don't know and share him my problems. I don't even believe in therapy. I always think you take it to God. I want to end the conservatorship without being evaluated. In the meantime, I want this therapist once a week. He can either come to my home. No, I just want him to come to my home. I'm not willing to go to Westlake and be embarrassed by all these paparazzi, these scummy paparazzi laughing at my faces while I'm crying, coming out and taking my pictures as all these white, nice dinners where people drinking wine at restaurants, watching me leave these places. They set me up by sending me to the most exposed places. And I told them I didn't want to go there because I knew paparazzi would show up there. They only gave me 2 options for therapists, and I'm not sure how you make your decisions, ma'am, but this is the only chance for me to talk to you for a while. I need your help. So if you can just kind of let me know where. Wait, before you scroll away, you need to hear.
Hold on, we're almost there.
Republicans are.
She's so annoying.
I have no idea.
Your head is. I don't really honestly know what to say, but my requests are just to end the conservatorship without being evaluated. I want a petition basically to end the conservatorship, but I want it to be petitioned to end it, but I don't want to be evaluated and be sat in a room with people 4 hours a day like they did me before. And they made it even worse for me after that happened. So I'm honestly new at this, and I'm doing research on all these things. I do know common sense and the method that things can end. For people, it has ended without them being evaluated.
We're almost done. You know, I wanted to say, I find it interesting when she says, I have to do my own research. See, her lawyers are not working in her best interest. She said earlier that she's not able to choose her own lawyers. She has to get assigned lawyers because of her father having all her rights. And I find that kind of interesting. I'm just like, wow, this is interesting.
She was signing away when she was on lithium.
Wow. So she says, you know what? I'm smart enough. I'm not stupid. I can go ahead and I can figure this out. And that's what she's doing when she says, I didn't know. But after doing my research, I go, oh my God, this girl has her own attorney. She's her own freaking attorney. It's unfreaking believable.
And see, she doesn't have Shirley and Shamaka as her friends.
Right.
See,
right.
This is why everyone needs some black friends.
They block her. They totally block her. The only thing she said, I want to. She got a boyfriend. I'm glad she at least has a boyfriend, and then let her see her children.
Right, but the thing is, who's this boyfriend? Is this someone that they assigned to her?
No, that doesn't seem to be. That's what's going on here.
But
I think
this music industry is the devil.
So it might be her boyfriend who's helping her to go through this process. Hold on, we got 4 minutes to go.
Okay.
So I just want you to take that in consideration. I've also done research. Also took a year during COVID to get me any self-care methods. during COVID. She said there were no services available. She's lying, ma'am. My mom went to the spa twice in Louisiana during COVID. For a year, I didn't have my nails done, no hairstyling and no massages, no acupuncture, nothing for a year. I saw the maids in my home each week with their nails done different each time. She made me feel like my dad does, very similar, her behavior and my dad, but just a different dynamic. Team wants me to work and stay home instead of having longer vacations. They are used to me sort of doing a weekly routine for them, and I'm over it. I don't feel like I owe them anything at this point. They need to be reminded they actually work for me. They trick me by sending me to the, okay, I repeated myself there. Also, I was supposed to be able to, I have a friend that I used to do AA meetings with. I did AA for 2 years. I have I did 3 meetings a week. I met a bunch of women there, and I'm not able to see my friends that live 8 minutes away from me, which I find extremely strange. I feel like they're making me feel like I live in a rehab program. This is my home. I'd like for my boyfriend to be able to drive me in his car. And I want to meet with a therapist once a week, not twice a week. And I want him to come to my home because I actually know I do need a little therapy. I was told, hold on. I think and I would like to progressively move forward, and I want to have the real deal. I want to be able to get married and have a baby. I was told right now in the conservatorship, I'm not able to get married or have a baby. I have a ID inside of myself right now, so I don't get pregnant. I wanted to take the ID out so I could start trying to have another baby, but this so-called team won't let me go to the doctor to take it out because they don't want me to have any more children. So basically, this conservatorship is doing me way more harm than good. I deserve to have a life. I've worked my whole life. I deserve to have a 2 to 3 year break and just, do what I want to do. But I do feel like there is a crunch here, and I feel like I feel open and I'm okay to talk to you today about it. But I wish I could stay with you on the phone forever, because when I get off the phone with you, all of a sudden, I hear all these no's. No. And then all of a sudden I feel ganged up on, and I feel bullied, and I feel left out and alone. And I'm tired of feeling alone. I deserve to have the same rights as anybody does by having a child, a family, any of those things, and more so. And that's all I wanted to say to you. And thank you so much for letting me speak to you today.
So there you have it. You have Britney Spears, in her own words, of what everyone is talking about, the most controversial story of who has control of your life. Flagship, what's your thought? This is a lot going on for this poor girl.
Well, I think now it's too little too late, because they had her.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I think it's too little too late now, because they had her signing all these like crazy documents, signing all these things. They got her locked all the way down. And then notice how, and I know they set her up now, because then the part where I knew they set her up for failure, and she is so locked in. She's going to need people. She's going to need advocate judges. She's going to need like literally a hashtag free Britney, but bigger than George Floyd, because here's where I knew they locked her down. They made her go to West. Now I live 30 minutes near Westlake Village. I know exactly where she went, because I used to sell I'm a pharmaceutical sales rep, and I used to sell in the psychiatric space. I know exactly what building and area she went to, because the paparazzi be there, because all the celebrities live out here. I know exactly where she went to. The fact that she said during COVID, she could not get personal maintenance, her hair, her nails done. When her mom went to get her nails done, her maids that work in her house were getting her nails done. And they told her to go to this new place in Westlake Village, where the paparazzi are always camped out 24/7, 365. Even if you go like right now, and it's like 11 o'clock at night where in Westlake Village, they're still camped out. So they had her go there. So when she came out, she was crying, looking crazy. And then plus she speaks really fast naturally, which I think is her natural accent.
Right.
They made her look crazy on an international scale. So even the world, I even thought up until this video, oh, she crazy. Her dad's saving her. So the thing is, she is behind. very well behind because they set her. She has been being set up and set up and set up like none other. And the fact that she can't get an IUD out of her without consent from her dad. Come on, come on now.
That's crazy.
Isn't that now? Mind you, I don't like I'm against the feminist movement, but I mean, come on now, feminists.
Right?
Weren't y'all the ones talking about it's my body, my choice, and all this kind of craziness?
Right. That's all I want to know.
That's all I want to know.
But but this is my thing. I think that we all need to keep in mind. This girl is so popular, and her fan base is so strong. I believe that they will come to rescue her. I believe that Britney is about to emerge. And I think you're going to hear more talk about mental illness and the control of those who control those who are mentally ill. It makes us reevaluate people who we may think are mentally ill, may not be. They're just mentally abused and forms of money. This is all about money. This is not about human. This is an unhumane way to treat someone. And so I really encourage you guys to take the time, talk to your friends, and say, well, why, Shirley? Why should we talk about this? Because in this speech, I found it interesting that she kept reverting to the laws. Now we're back to politics and structures of mental illness and who has control of you, right?
Yeah.
And especially in a liberal blue state that continues to want to promote women and self-empowerment. But look, what kind of movement and self-empowerment is this?
But see, that just shows how fake the movements are. It's all a ruse in order to dominate and control you and make money from you. The way that they're treating Britney Spears is the same way and these are all Democrats, or the Democrats treat everyone else. Everything that she's saying is exactly how they treat communities all across the country. This is how Democrats roll. This is what they do. If you want to know what happens to the Black community, how they're treating Britney Spears is exactly how they treat the Black community. It's all the same. And you have a group of people who just sit back and just dictate. Everyone else is working. They don't get to work. We're working. People are working. They get to sit back and dictate what happens. This is ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous.
Their names aren't in the spotlight, right? So you don't realize that these people whose names are not in the spotlights are abusers, and they are, they're like she said, hey, this is another form of she basically said prostitution. Didn't she say prostitution? That's how she felt. She's being prostituted, and she couldn't stop. Like you said, she can't stop. Sign here. Any type of actions to this level would drive anyone mad. Mad.
I'm surprised. Now, Shirley, I would have killed somebody at this point. I'm gonna just be real with you. There is no way you're gonna keep me locked in the house, telling me to do this, dance here, sing there, go here, go there, and then I'm trying to go out and I'm trying to go see my homegirl and go to Chick-fil-A, and I can't even go to Chick-fil-A.
No,
that's ridiculous.
Wait a minute, we got another person on COT91. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, how you doing, Shirley? I just want to say, so what exactly is the topic? Is there something going on? Is this what's going on with Britney Spears, or like do you guys have a particular line of topic you was going after? Or?
Well, you must have chimed in later. I think the key thing that we want the family to understand is that mental abuse is real, and politics and states are all tied together. In this speech, you have to go back and watch the earlier part of it. You hear Britney Spears talk about the states taking her rights away as a human. And there are unhumane actions that take place in states that people don't realize, that celebrities, especially those who are in California, and structured in the right manner, works against them. It doesn't work in their best interest. And that's what you're learning with Britney Spears, that her family and the state of California and the government and the laws that adhere to it don't work in her best interest. Are you a Britney Spears fan?
No, I think she's like old news, right?
No, not right now. It's the hottest topic that is out there. But I appreciate you coming on and sharing.
Yeah, you got to listen to the beginning phases, because the whole precursor of it is talking about it's transitioning this and how politics and how they're treating her all kind of goes together.
And that's the problem that we're seeing right now. Thank you for coming in. Look, you know, people don't really understand how powerful this girl was during her time frame. It's like any other superstar, right? Because I look at Britney Spears as a superstar, like a Michael Jackson or Prince or Whitney Houston. People may say, was she to that magnitude? Absolutely. At that
she
time,
was bigger.
She was huge. She was huge.
Yep.
She was much bigger than Christina Aguilera, much
and Beyonce.
And Beyonce. And so because she started having those problems very early and young in her life, her career started taking a downfold, right? At the height of her career. Though she says, look, I've been working since I was 17 years old. But it tells you how government, if they're able to prostitute you and control your money and have other people work against you, you have no control, because she has to go to the court. Isn't that politics? She has to go to a court to tell them to please leave me alone. Leave me alone. Let me go. You know,
here's the thing. Let me just kind of just go over how big Britney Spears was. She's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diamond records. Diamond records mean in the age of downloads, that means she sold 25 million albums. That's how you get a diamond. 25 million. She's had 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. Actually, I'm sorry, 4 of them, not 5, 4. But then also, not to mention the amount of singles she sold. I mean, she made $855,000 a week. I mean, that $855,000 a week. Imagine how much money that is. Just 1 week of her salary, I'll be chilling for at least, for a while. But yeah, but this is just, wow, this is crazy. And mind you, this is in California.
You hear her in the speech saying, I'm paying these people to do this. I'm paying these people to treat me in this manner. Psychologically, that has to be bearing and wearing on you, because you're starting to break this down. Like, let me get this straight. I have all these people that I have to pay for on the road, in person, to watch me dress, who give me drugs, who won't let me take vacations because I have to be evaluated in public so the paparazzi will see me crazy, and I emotionally break down because everybody's wondering what the hell's going on, and I am paying for emotional abuse. Something's wrong with that. And then the fact that we have laws like this, and then where are the Me Too movement women? Where are the liberal women? Where are the gays and the transgender who like to look like her and cross-dress like her, speaking in her best behalf? Well, I'm saying it's true. Where are the cross-dressers? Where are the RuPaul men? Ladies, I know you watch me. Why aren't you helping your girl? You're not speaking up for your girl. Why aren't you doing free Britney songs and free Britney movement, doing your Pride Month, week, day, or year? I mean, come on. Y'all make money off of acting like you heard. Oops, I did it again. I'm sorry.
Ow. I don't even think I can say anything after that. I think you just kind of shut it down with that.
I think you're right. Hey, you guys, thanks for following and watching. Make sure you click the like button and share, and tell me other topics you want to talk about. But give me your opinion on Britney Spears and government, and as far as human rights, because we should not treat people in an unhumane manner. Flagship, what would you like to say? Make sure you like and share again, and follow. Please follow if you're not a follower. Flagship.
I'm going to say, after you said that, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to ruin that last statement of yours. So I'm going to be quiet. I'll talk to you next time.
I love it.
All right. Thank you so much, Shirley.
Thank you, guys. Good night.